Episode 24. The world was supposed to be harmonious. It was supposed to be a place where we embraced one another with understanding, where differences didn't divide us, but enriched us. Yet, we see it, don't we? The intolerance everywhere, against our families, against people of different faiths, races, cultures, or even against those we simply don't agree with. It's heartbreaking to watch as the world tears itself apart over divisions, those that could have been healed if only we chose kindness over cruelty, understanding over judgment. The truth is simple. Wrong is wrong, and right is right. Intolerance is wrong. We cannot hide behind excuses or pretend that it's just the way things are. No, it's a choice. Intolerance, in all its ugly forms, is a conscious act of harm. It's the refusal to see another's humanity. It's the cruel idea that my worth is greater than yours, simply because of where I was born, who I worship, or the color of my skin. And yet, we let it grow, unchecked, unchallenged, like a cancer that spreads quietly but surely. And what about the systems we've built? Systems that are supposed to support all of us equally, but instead, they create barriers, walls, gaps. Take education, for example. The glaring socioeconomic divide between the rich and the poor has created an inequality that's impossible to ignore. High-income children receive an education that opens doors that remain locked for the low-income student, who often has to fight just to be seen, just to be heard. That is social injustice. That is intolerance in its most insidious form, when opportunities are handed out like prizes in a lottery, and only those with privilege get to play. We've made progress, sure, but still, there are those who walk among us, cloaked in their arrogance, perpetuating division. They flaunt their prejudice in every corner of society, in the workplace, in the classroom, in the streets. They believe that their opinions, their beliefs, are the only ones that matter, and anyone who doesn't fall in line, anyone who dares to think differently, is an enemy to be silenced. But here's the thing. I don't want to live in a world where we measure worth by the size of our houses or the number of zeros on our paycheck. I don't want to live in a world where people look down on others because of their race, their religion, or their background. There's a story I remember, one that always makes me pause. It's from the Bible, Luke chapter 21, 1-4. Jesus watches as people give to the temple treasury. The rich give out of their abundance, their surplus. And then there's a poor widow who has nothing but 2 small copper coins, and she gives all she has. And Jesus says, this poor widow has put in more than all of them. Why he said that? Because it's not about how much you give. It's about how much of yourself you're willing to offer. That's the truth. The true measure of someone's character is not in what they have, but in what they're willing to give, without judgment, without hesitation. So why then do we still live in a world where some people think they are better because of their wealth, their status, their education? Why do we look down on others as if they don't matter? They do matter. We all do. I've spent my life trying to live by the lessons I was taught, that I don't deserve anything, not because of some deep self-deprecation, but because the world I live in was not made by me. It was made by God. The laws that govern it were written by people far wiser than I. And every day I walk on this earth, I am reminded that I am in debt to God, to my ancestors, to those who paved the way for me. And so, I try to live with gratitude, to reject intolerance, to look beyond myself and see others, really see them. And my mother, God rest her soul, taught me that there's no such thing as a better God. There's no such thing as a more important family. No one religion, no one race, no one group is superior to another. We are all equal in the eyes of the Creator. My God is not just mine. My God is yours too. But there are some, even in my own family, who never learned that lesson. They still judge. They still belittle others because of their race, their beliefs, their choices. And now I ask you, my friend, what will you choose? Will you choose to be part of the problem or part of the solution? Will you choose to walk through life with your heart full of judgment? Or will you open your heart to love? Will you look at someone who is different from you and condemn them? Or will you see their humanity and embrace them? Jesus said, "Love one another as I have loved you." It's simple, it's profound, and it's the only way forward. I do believe with all my heart that the time is now, the time to let go of intolerance, the time to love without condition, because in the end, it's love that will heal us. It's love that will bridge the gap between us, and it's love that will save us all from injustice and the world from chaos. I am Nelly Ferrari, and I live the Kodach Secrets.